So, this week's question of the week is, what's so good about them? This week's question stems from the 3 Good Things exercise, a scientifically proven exercise designed to improve your optimism. For the 3 Good Things exercise, what you do is every day for 1 week, you name 3 good things that happened and why it happened. The exercise forces you to focus on some of the good things that could have happened in your day, and they make it more likely that you'll expect other good things to happen. Initially, people can struggle to find 3 good things, especially if you're going through a tough patch, but they get better at it with practice. So I spoke in a previous video about positive attitude and how I thought being optimistic was an important part of that, as it's an important part of your self-belief, but also very important in terms of your relationship, professional or otherwise. But why is it so important? Well, it turns out we have what's called a negativity bias. It's a tendency to pay more attention to the negative or what is wrong in the world. We notice our problems or what's wrong more so than what's right. So for example, the newspaper headline, everything is fine, everything is great, nothing to report here, well, it's not going to sell a lot of newspapers. So this negativity bias, this pessimistic worldview that things are going to go badly, and it's got a lot of negative consequences. For example, it's very much associated with stress. So if we don't believe that we're going to be able to cope with our problems, we have a tendency to focus on the pain rather than look for solutions. Now, how does this relate to professional relationships, for example? Well, optimists tend to have better outcomes in any relationship, business or otherwise. And this is for 3 quite intuitive reasons. Firstly, people tend to like optimists. They tend to have larger social networks as they are happier and therefore less of a pain in the to be around. Secondly, optimists tend to perceive things in a way that helps to build relationships. They give the benefit of the doubt to others. So for example, if you ask someone for something and they don't get back to you, the pessimist might assume it's because they don't care and not ask again or judge the other person, whereas the optimist might assume it's because the other person is busy and they'll ask again, or they'll ask, how can they make it easier for the other person to do the thing for them? And which you think is more likely to build a better relationship or get the thing that you want? Thirdly, optimists are better when things get a little bit tense or a little bit tricky, i.e. when there's conflict. This is because optimists tend to be better, more flexible problem solvers who offer constructive solutions. This is because they expect that conflicts can be resolved and act accordingly. So, do you think it's more useful to believe that a solution is possible when you disagree with someone? So, for example, maybe on price. So, optimism makes us better at relationships, professional or otherwise, by making us more likable, by helping us to build better relationships and trust, and by making us better at resolving conflict. So based on that, try this after your next meeting. Ask yourself the question, what are 3 good things about that person? Maybe you can think about what have they achieved, or what are they great at, or even what's good about them as a person. So the next time you're speaking about that person or you're connecting that person with someone else, you can be genuinely optimistic about them and say what's so good about them. Hope you found this useful.